It started. There's no going back. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of this new studio. My name is Tim, the one and only child of Mecha, and today we're going to start demoing. But before we do that, you probably noticed that this place looks a lot different from the last time you saw it. It's because I cleared out this entire space, save for these couple pieces over here, which are just too big and unruly to get out of here. So we're going to work around these guys. But first, let me show you what it took to get this place into its current state. Time lapse. Today, we're going to start demoing the studio area. We're going to pull up carpet, we're going to pull trim, and we're even going to fix some drywall. So there's a few things that we found here that we got to fix, namely this over here. What we're looking at right here is the corner bead in the one of the corners of the studio. This actually comes out about 3.5, 4 inches here. This is, behind this is part of the foundation that the house sits on. But what I noticed when I cleared everything out was this crack developing, right? And, pushing on it, there's got some flex to it and everything. So I kind of went up the wall and there's a little flex here and there, not a lot right there, but in this section, as you can see, there was just a ton of flex. And if we look in here, there's literally nothing in this corner. And this corner was so shoddy. I don't even think that this is even, real corner bead, because you're looking at about an inch and a half of space squared in this cavity here. So what we're going to have to do is basically pad this out with chunks of drywall, strips of drywall, basically tear this whole corner down, reapply a corner bead, tape it, mud it, sand it, and then it'll be ready for paint. And see, you can see just all of this just chips right off. We'll get started on that here after we start pulling the carpet, because this monster needs to come out. So, that last piece of padding, we're done pulling the carpet. With all the padding and carpet up, now I have to go back and remove all of this tack strip and scrape the floor from all this construction adhesive that held down the padding and everything. And that's going around the entire perimeter of this room. So in order to get these tack strips out of here, these are essentially tacked into the concrete themselves. We're gonna have to go just old school with a pry bar and a good old fashioned hammer and hammer these things out of here. It's time consuming, but it needs to be done. So, So we got all of the tack strips pulled up. Those are nasty little suckers if you've ever worked with these things. They've got these little individual nails all throughout them to hold the carpet down. So they're pretty prickly little things. But they're all pulled up. All the nails are pulled from the concrete and everything. It's all done. So I'm going to end up cutting these up, putting them in the trash and everything. Then the next step is to pull all of the trim. So to do that, what I'm going to need to do first is use my cutter here and cut a line right across the top of it where the caulking is. That's what basically fills the gaps between the drywall and the trim. Makes it for a nice, clean, seamless look, but you gotta cut that away or else it'll rip the paper on the drywall above it. So we're gonna make a nice cut line right above the trim, and then we're gonna go in with a nice large putty knife to get behind the trim, and then the pry bar to pry it away from the wall. We got all the trim work pulled up, and this is why you don't put drywall and trim right on the slab. So I already cut away about an inch from this section, from right there all the way into the corner and then all the way down this edge and that little bit right there. That was all touching the slab. But if you see over here where the original drywall was, whoever did it was a professional and put spacers in, and all along here you can see, and you can even look at the fairing strip underneath of the drywall. It's nice and clean and perfect and looking good, right? But over here, where the drywall and everything was actually touching the slab, that residual moisture creeped up and caused a little bit of a mess there. So I'm gonna put some sealer primer over that. That should work and seal that in, make it all good. And honestly, with the flooring raising that trim up slightly, that'll cover all that and be looking pretty good. So in addition to trimming the drywall off the floor, went ahead and cut back and cleaned up this corner here so that we can bump this out, fill this out with new drywall strips all the way from the ceiling to the floor. All right, you guys, so that's it for demo. Hey, we finally did it. Took a few days and a good number of hours, but demo is done. All the old stuff has been torn out. And as you can hear, this place is kind of like an echo chamber now. So we're gonna fix that. I've had some thoughts here recently, especially after the initial video, of some additional ideas. I know I talked about it on Brian's show on YouTube and stuff like that. Bro Builder, if you don't subscribe, go subscribe. But I think what we're gonna do with this wall right here, since it has that weird, you know, little jut out right there, I think I'm gonna make this a feature wall. I don't necessarily want to talk about it right now, but I think it's going to be awesome. And we'll share more as far as that idea goes later in this process. Then there's the echo. That's going to be a problem because we're putting in the laminate, the vinyl flooring, and that's going to be a hard surface. All of this is going to be hard surface, so there's going to probably still be an echo issue in here. Not a great thing to have, especially live streaming or recording videos like you're noticing right now. So what I think we're going to do is also build some acoustic panels. Pretty easy to make, fairly inexpensive. And I think with the size of this room and the scope of things, I think we can get away with a few of them. But we're gonna put some on the ceiling, gonna put some on the walls. Those are gonna color coordinate. And hopefully that should deaden that echo a great deal. So those are gonna be in future videos, but demo is done. Now it's on to rebuilding. the hard part, right? Still a few things here to clean up. Obviously, trash to get rid of, all of the materials and everything. So that's what I've got looking forward to. But until next time, this has been another exciting episode of This New Studio. I'm Tim, the one and only child of Mecha. Be safe out there, be amazing, and by all means, build something cool. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.